Okay, and good morning, Murrindindi. What's the time? We're 7:34, and it's good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Mike. Yes, it's the first Young Artist of the month for 2025, and we're starting very strong, let me tell you that.
All right. You better introduce it to us.
Okay, we have a very, very talented young artist. We're saying good morning to Laylah Baines.
Good morning, Laylah.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. Well, it's a beautiful time of the year up in our part of the world, and you're a little bit north of us, but I've read it'll be nice. We're going to be a beautiful day there as well.
Nice and sunny down here.
All right, that's good. Laylah, you've been singing some great stuff and enjoying your music. How'd you get into music?
Well, I grew up on a lot of country music when I was younger, you know, Casey Chambers, Dolly Parton, and the Judds, and I started learning piano. And then a few years later, I got into playing guitar, and then performing and singing sort of came simultaneously to that.
Oh, fantastic. Paul, have you got some questions of Laylah?
Yeah, I just saw you've been at Tamworth for the Country Music Festival, but you've also been to the Junior Academy at Tamworth. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, I was so lucky to get into the CMAA Junior Academy course, and it was such an incredible experience, you know, getting to learn from professionals, getting to co-write with them. I got to co-write with the amazing Alan Caswell, and just spending your time at the week with like-minded young people was just really incredible. And if there is any young artists listening, I would totally recommend, if you want to take your music a little bit further, to definitely apply for this year's Academy.
Fantastic. So, by the sound of things, you would have been up at Tamworth this year, and how'd it go? Were you performing, and what sort of gigs did you get to up there this year?
Well, I had a few gigs up in Tamworth, and I did a bit of busking, and then I had a few other small gigs at different venues. But it was so much fun. I'm definitely going back next year. It was so good to see lots of shows, and I really liked watching Star Maker and a lot of like the performances in the park. And then also getting to meet up with those Academy friends was really great.
Oh, well, it seems like it's a real buzz up there. And I know it's like a mecca. It just draws people up there to it. And aspiring young people go up there and they learn so much about the whole industry.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, Laylah, you're talking about, you talked about the music. So I'd say your parents must love that sort of, the country sort of music as well. So, but playing the piano must give you a different insight into music as well.
I mainly play classical music because that's really where I started.
Yep.
But I've been trying to branch off in the last few weeks to play to more of like a country sort of style of piano, because I think it would be really great to have that, just, you know, on the side as a little bit different to just singing them.
Well, the pianos can make music come alive, and a good pianist that I think, and then to be able to sing as well, incredible talent that you're putting together.
Yeah.
Now, who are the artists, some of the artists that have been inspiring you in your writing, and what's been the motivation for writing your songs?
I was to narrow it down to just three. I would have to say, as like a songwriting, artist, I would say John Williamson, Sara Storer, and Don McLean are probably my top three.
Oh, right. They certainly tell stories with their songs, those people. So you're certainly therefore getting into a vein of telling stories with your songs.
Yeah, that's definitely what's really important to me.
Well, tell us about A Little Town of Nowhere, because that seems to be along that sort of theme.
Yeah, well, at the time, I thought of the idea. I was at a bus stop and I just clicked record and just started singing. But at the time, I was listening to a lot of John Williamson, and I really loved his Australian storytelling.
Yep.
And I looked at a few topics that I could write about. And then I thought, the gold rush sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
So I did lots of research, and then I wrote this song. So it was definitely a really fun experience to write it.
Well, with having said that, stay on the line. We'll talk to you again in a minute. But let's play A Little Town of Nowhere. And folks, when I was listening to I listened to it a few times during the week, and I said, wow, what a beautiful voice. Enjoy.
Oh, little town of nowhere, you're my home.
Well, Paul, you said we're starting the year off strong, and we certainly have. What a beautiful voice, and the research and everything. What a brilliant song. And Laylah, congratulations.
Thank you so much. That means so much to me.
Oh, well, I'm glad it does, but you've got a lot of talent, hasn't she, Paul?
Definitely, yeah, and probably the same as you, Mike. I listened to that a few times during the week as well. It's a really beautiful song, so very well done, Laylah.
Thank you so much.
But what I've impressed about, Laylah's done the research, so you quite often talk to young people and school, I've got to study history, and why would I do that? But hearing that you've gone and done your research, done your study, and then had the ability to write that song, and the lyrics in it are they're so beautiful. And talking about some of our country towns where they struggle to survive and everything like that, and that's the home of people, and you've really captured that, Laylah. It's brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Laylah, what's the plans for the next part of your journey?
Well, I think as a long-term goal, I would love to obviously continue writing music and sharing it with audiences, but I would love to go around Australia in a little van and tour around in all the different states. That would be definitely a big dream of mine.
Oh, you've certainly got the talent. But, Paul, you've spent a bit of work and time with Laylah too.
Yeah, Laylah, you can bring the caravan an hour and a half or so south in April, because we've got Laylah at the Red Street Country Music Weekend, Mike, which is happening in April. Now, I did this last year as well, and it was a great success, so we're running it again, and Laylah is going to be performing with us on the Sunday.
Fantastic. Laylah, you'll be one gig to look forward to. You got, any other gigs sort of lined up in the near future for you?
Yeah, I've got a few gigs in March. It's a pretty busy month for me. Yeah. I've got the Yak and Dander Folk Festival that I'll be playing at, which is a really fun festival, about 45 minutes from me. And then a few other little gigs at a few breweries in my area, so that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic. Laylah, being a young artist and being featured a Young Artist of the Month, you do get featured on the front page of the UGFM website, and then that gets shared with a lot of social media, with the UGFM website and or Facebook page, and then we have a good relationship with the Murray Shire Council Youth Department. It gets shared there as well, and lakeilden.com, that gets shared there, and there's about 35,000 on that as well. So hopefully we get the message out there, and a lot of people do have a listen to your song, and I'm sure that they will be rapt just as what Paul and I are to listen to you. So we wish you all the best for your future, and it's been a great pleasure having you on this morning with us.
Thanks so much for having me.